Hey guys, Crystal Kennedy here for the Movie Chick. It's time for the Movie Chick pick of the week, and of course this week's movie is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. You guys have been so excited for this film. I've been so excited for this film, and because it's so exciting, I decided to do things a little bit differently this time. Are you ready? All right, guys, now that that's done, we can get into the good stuff because there was such a lack of my favorite part of The Hunger Games in Mockingjay Part 1. I thought it would be a little bit more fun this time to channel my inner Effie Trinket with a wig that I think that she would approve of and a hat that I totally stole from the Capitol, but shh. Don't tell anybody. Lionsgate will not be happy. What do you guys think? Mockingjay is the third book in the Hunger Games trilogy, and The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 is the third movie in the franchise. Brought to us by Lionsgate, of course. Like other young adult franchises that we've grown to love, they decided to take the last book and split it into 2 films. Bad idea? Good idea? Not sure yet. Like myself, Hunger Games fans have been eagerly awaiting this film. Like Harry Potter, the films were as close to the books as fans could get, and being able to see our favorite characters and story brought to life on the big screen is beyond exciting. The first 2 films in the franchise, The Hunger Games and The Hunger Games Catching Fire, were not only amazing films, but they were visually stunning. Fans everywhere were thrilled to see Katniss in action, and whether you read the trilogy or not, by the end of the first film, you were hooked, you became a fan, and you probably went out and bought the books, right? The final 2 films had some pretty big shoes to fill and were highly anticipated. Finally seeing The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 this weekend was like catching up with an old friend, exciting to see where she's ended up, and fans of the book trilogy had a pretty good idea what to expect, but I don't know if we were ready for just how dark the film was going to go. When it was finally time for me to sit down and watch this film, I almost couldn't sit still in my seat. I was so excited. I was excited to see Katniss, Peeta, Gale, and my favorite, of course, Miss Effie Trinket. Here's what I loved about the film. It was exciting, it was intense, and the action sequences were incredible. Each district looked exactly how I imagined when I was reading the book. The characters had grown and were exactly what I remembered thinking they would look like when I was reading it. The use of color, or should I say lack thereof, was perfect, and the film as a whole was once again visually stunning. Usually we get pageantry, vivid colors, wonderful costumes, but this storyline there was a lot less color and a lot more characters, and it was great to see. Gale was handsome and strong. Snow was terrifying, and Julianne Moore's portrayal of Alma Coin was brilliant. It was great to see more of Primrose, although I would have liked to see a little bit more of her because she had a bigger role in the book. Watching Peeta was really tough to see, even though I knew what I was going to get. And poor Effie just wanted her wardrobe back. I mean, come on, who wouldn't with the collection of wigs she has? Hello! Here was my only problem with the film. It was all set up. Because they split the last book into 2 films, I feel like we lost a part of the intensity and the build-up that we got in the stories. It was really hard. And at the end of it, I felt like I wanted something more and something was missing. I wanted the second half of the story, and we won't get it for a whole year. While I love the anticipation of the next film, I think we missed the wonderful arc in the characters and the story by splitting this one into 2. Instead of seeing our heroine Katniss, we see a broken character, and while we did see her this way in the book, we got the payoff by finishing it. I remember when reading the final book, I couldn't put it down and the intensity was exhilarating, and this happened in the film as well, but we didn't get the payoff. While I'm of course extremely excited for the next film and the last one in the franchise, like with Harry Potter and Twilight, by splitting the last film in 2, I feel like we lose a bit of the buildup of intensity. It's like hitting the pause button for a year. I felt a little unsatisfied at the end. Don't get me wrong, I loved the film and given an 8 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10, but at the end, like I said, I couldn't help but feel a little gypped and didn't see the payoff. I love that they have not let us down yet, and the final film will be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait for it. I understand that there was too much story for 1 film, but I wonder if there was enough for 2. I guess we'll find out when the next film comes out. I wanted more of the Katniss we all fell in love with, and I know we're going to get that in the next film, so I'm excited. I can't wait to hear what you guys thought of The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1, so please sound off in the comment section and let me know what you thought of this video. Thanks for letting me have a little fun and channel my inner Effie trinket. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, click subscribe, and make sure and check out our website, themoviechick.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at themoviechick with 2 Ks like me. I'm Crystal Lee Kennedy. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.